On today's show, oh boy, we got a big one with $9 million worth of new technology in the studio. Your boy went out and got himself a brand new streaming laptop. If this stream is choppy, folks, I give up. Just kidding. We'll never give up on you guys. We've got a big one today on the lady who flicked me off on the way to my job, and then when she made eye contact with me, she realized we're both going to the same place. Can't wait to tell that story. It's coming up next to talk about the mindset of negative trollers, because after our Voice of One Wheel yesterday, I received 15 texts telling me why my mom sucks, why I suck, why our podcast sucks balls. And Matty Potts is sitting here going, do these guys realize they're all nerds in the first place? It's all right here. Stay tuned, folks, and strap it on. It's time for Lucdogg in the Morning. I got Super Square.
Lucdogg in the Morning.
Lou, you're my boy!
And now,
That's all you want. I'm the one who's gonna be on TV.
from TTR Studios,
I can't quite remember how that one goes. I gotta admit, I'm a little high. No, Biggie, I'm cool.
it's Lucdogg in the Morning.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This is Skater D.
Hey, I'm John Charles Meyer, producer of Dave Made a Maze.
Hey, what's up? This is Scott Ladotti, author of Play the Devil, and you are listening to Lucdogg.
Lucdogg.
Lucdogg!
This is Andy fucking Cruz from SiriusXM 415, and you're listening to Lucdogg in the Morning.
#1 podcast in the world. Yeah, boy.
Welcome back, folks. Oh, man, we got a big show today. Belly is in studio. Brax is here, and, of course, Matty Potts. We're ready to get it up. No, I'm not smoking weed, Brax, but thank you for making fun of us on screen, which is what it is. He will be doing here from here on out. We've got a whole lot of new stuff for you, so let's get into the show. Matty Potts from the Santa Monica Newsroom. Hello, sir.
Greetings and salutations. Good morning.
And, of course, Belly Matt LaBelle across from me. What's up, dude?
You can call us Green Day today.
Yes.
You could hear me. Ooh, yeah, you can. Cool.
All of us in green. We're all rocking green. Braxton Blue making things run behind the scenes. You cannot see him, but he looks so good today.
We'll get him a new camera.
Yeah. All right, so thank you guys for hanging out. Welcome to the show. This is going to be a good one, and let's get right into it because basically, here's what's going on. Yesterday, welcome to everybody in the social media lounge. Looks pretty good in there right now. Wow, you guys are really balling it out. Got the purple lighting, got the... Potts, what's in the social media lounge today? What are we featuring?
Today, I actually brought some marinade just because I wanted everyone to try our honey basil chicken sliders that are on special for $4.20. We extended it for another month. It was such a hit. And then some tacos, obviously, because who doesn't like tacos? So enjoy, guys. Compliments of marinade on the corner of Melrose and Western.
There you go.
MarinateYourLife.com.
Now, let me ask you this, Potts. What would you do if you were on your way to work and you were driving and someone cut you off, right? Or
I'd fucking kill him. Are you still talking? Is the story not done yet?
And now, while this is going on, you're in that mindset, right? Everybody wants to just kill somebody who cuts them off, right? You just get so mad. You get so mad. But I want to know what happens when you're walking and somebody kind of cuts you off walking. Do you get as mad?
Are they walking too? Or
we're both walking now down the street, and somebody just kind of like comes out of a store and just kind of like squeezes in front of you real quick so that you have to stop a little bit and let them into your path. You're just walking. You're face to face. Are you getting as mad? Belly?
Nah, I keep the vibes chill, man.
Potts?
I mean, I don't get mad at all because the alternative for me, which is a social nightmare, is like then they are walking right next to me.
Correct.
And one of us has to decide to either slow down, speed up, or walk next to someone you don't know for who knows how long. I absolutely hate it. And this happens to me all the time. I go on a lot of walks. You know, it's beautiful out here in LA. And when you end up next to someone on the sidewalk and you're like just walking next to them at the same pace, it's the most awkward thing to me. I hate it. So for me, cut in front of me and get out of my bubble, I'm happy with that for sure.
Okay. Now, I was driving, and I appreciate that because this is what I am really trying to allude to. I was driving back when I was a teacher. I was a special ed teacher, and I was on my way to work in the morning. And this is rush hour. It's going to be 8:30 or 8 o'clock in the morning. Everybody in D.C. is crazy in rush hour. It just is what it is. I don't remember the driving situation that took place. I don't remember what happened, but for whatever reason, I know that the car behind me was very, very not pleased with your boy over here.
What lane were you in?
I don't know. I have no idea any of the details. All I remember is what matters, which is when the car behind me then made it. When you're pissed off at somebody who cuts you off, you make a point. You have to see what they look like, right?
Yeah.
You have to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I got to know. And so I drive up, and all of a sudden, this lady... No, okay, I backed that up. She drives up to me, and all of a sudden, she's flicking me off out the window. But the problem is, she realizes as we make eye contact, she's also a special ed teacher in my department at the same school, going to the same building. That's Potts' nightmare that you just described, am I right? The social nightmare?
Well, I mean, you just took it a step further for sure. It's like the walk of shame afterwards, which sucks for her.
It sucks for her, right? It doesn't suck for me. It sucks for her because now I have all the cards. I can literally just be like, oh, whatever, or I could just kind of like play it like nothing happened. And then in the back of her mind, she's like, but did he know it's me? Of course I do. The whole point I'm talking about this is because I wanted to bring up the mindset of anonymously trolling. Why will Potts have no problem saying, I'll fucking kill him when he's driving? But if they're walking... Oh, no. Here you go. Excuse me, sir. That's the question I wanted to get at because what happened yesterday was unbelievable. We had a guest on the show for the Voice of One Wheel. You guys know we do the Voice of One Wheel every Tuesday. We had a guest on that was a very divisive guest, okay? Potts, I know you don't know much about this community. You're probably like most of our listeners, so let me just explain.
I don't even know what the word divisive means.
Divisive means it's polarizing. You either hate her or you love her. She split the group into two, just like by herself. Okay, the long and short of it is there was a there's two main Facebook groups, and on the main one, she had posted something about a product that she had bought, an aftermarket product, and one of the moderators of the group didn't think that was appropriate, thought it was more just kind of spamming the group, and they took her post down. She didn't think that was fair because that moderator also uses that group to market his aftermarket product. So she was like, wait a minute, that's fucked up. That's not right. And it went back and forth to the point where it got so out of control where she ended up having to get just banned from the group. And, it was like, and then she went over to the other group and started making comments about like comparing the owner of the moderator of the group to a certain Nazi leader in Germany.
What is going on in the One Wheel community?
It's passionate
right
people, dude.
Chaos.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's passionate people. Okay? So for whatever reason, I decided to have the moderator on last week, and then I realized I'm only catering to like half of this group. Belly, do you realize that? Like, I feel like we're only catering to half the One Wheel community.
I think we do a pretty good job at reaching out to all.
I try.
Yeah.
But like we haven't talked to 8 to 10, which is like the other competitive. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Anyway, so for you guys,
no one knows what you're talking about.
Right.
So
well, we do have a lot of One Wheel listeners now. So what up to Travis Steck? What up, One Woman, One Wheel? Either way, a copy, of course. My point is, after I had the owner on, the moderator of the group, I was like, man, why don't we have that girl on? I don't want to. I shouldn't. Basically, if you want to run a journalistic venture, you shouldn't be afraid of the backlash. Am I right?
Well, you can't be. I mean, the second you are, it's kind of like censorship in a way. You can't really think about it.
Exactly. And I want to be objective. I want to make this a place where everybody can kind of have a chance to get out here. So I had her on the show. Now, I always say, call us in, text us, and all that. You can text us, 571-354-7338. It's right there on the bottom scroll. Social Media Lounge. Check it out. You know what's up. You guys know what the deal is. But for anybody listening new, you can call in. You can text 571-354-7338. And the beauty of it is I see all these texts whether we're live or not. I see them later. If you want to text it at 9 o'clock at night, I'm going to see the texts. So after the show, first of all, the stream yesterday was really choppy, and it freaked me out. It pissed me off. So I didn't even open up the Social Media Lounge. Neither did Belly. I didn't even look at my phone for like an hour after the show. Mm-hmm. And the texts, I had 19 texts on my phone. 19. And I would like to read them to you now.
Half of them about Auntie Lynn.
Yeah.
Sweet, innocent Auntie Lynn.
Right. You guys have heard from my mother. Nicest woman on the planet.
Makes great blueberry muffins.
Oh, they're so good. The blueberries! Hey, ask Angel what her experience with Bigfoot is. Ask her about the boots. You son of a bitch. Ask what happened with the police over the weekend at Land's End. What's the point of having text in if you don't respond to it? Now, first of all, I'm really glad we didn't look because I wouldn't have known that this person was trying to bait us into asking a bad question. And then after we don't respond, it just goes off the rails. Ask Angel, do you even ride, bro? Or does she make her one wheel pretty and then just talk about riding? Ask my motherfucking question, motherfuckers. You goddamn boring-ass podcast, boring motherfucker. I'm trying to make your show not so goddamn boring. Fuck you guys. Your show sucks. Leaf Tech sucks. So does your mom. My balls. You guys don't ride one wheels. You just talk about riding one wheels. I ride my one wheel while I'm fucking your mom. 4 extra thrust. You guys are faggots. Look at me and my 15-view podcast. Get a fucking job, losers.
I mean, so
wow.
My question is, can you actually fuck someone on one wheel, or does it need to be? I would think you'd need to each be on your own one wheel, and then the balance that you would need. It just does not seem possible to me. I think the guy's being a little bit unrealistic.
Out of control here.
Definitely nose driving on that one.
Oh,
He's
you would
definitely going on the nose dive
for sure. You would need fangs for that. That's the only thing fangs would be good for. But I will say that it would probably look like bees fucking in midair.
I mean, that could be interesting.
You ever see like two insects like just banging it out in air, like flying insects? Seen it.
Or a cow.
A cow, whatever. What the hell is the mindset of this dude? Now, first of all, I took this. Yes, probably true. We are not stoned. However, you probably think so. I would wonder personally what this mindset is. What I think is, first of all, you think this dude would say this to my face? You want to say this to my face, dude? Would you like to? Like, I'm talking to you right now. Whoever this texter is. Also, does he realize that I have his phone number on every single text? All I had to do is just put that out and just blast him. I'm not going to do that. I don't even care that you said these things. I really just feel bad for you, man. Like, that's how bad your life is, that you feel that negative towards one show? And I realize that this girl is very divisive and polarizing and makes people feel emotions. And if you're doing a good show, so should we be. You should either like us or you should hate us. You shouldn't be in the middle about it. So I have no problem with seeing these come through, but what kind of a mindset is it that that's what I wanted to go into? What, Belly?
There's a comment in the chat today for the social media lounge.
Sure.
It says, "Well, new life goal." I'm wondering if they're talking about banging while on a one wheel.
I'm absolutely sure. That's got to be what it is. That's got to be what it is. Put that on the list of things to do. Put that on the list of things to do. Yeah, that did get out of hand. I appreciate you guys in the social media lounge. It's unbelievable. It's crazy to me why, when people are anonymous, they feel like they're all big shit. And
it's 100%. Yeah, I mean, you're talking about, this goes into like fat shaming. This goes into all sorts of stuff, and like obviously celebrities complain about this probably more than anyone, but they post stuff. And people immediately feel the confidence and the need to not only express their opinion, but to express a negative opinion. And I mean, I got to admit, I've been tempted to like hate on people too.
Yeah.
But like, you just can't, because it's just so immature. And honestly, you could really ruin someone's day. I mean, it's not cool. A lot of people read these comments and let it affect them probably way more than they should. I'm definitely one of those people. And, it's not cool because, like you said, if you were face-to-face, 99% of the people would not have the balls to say what they're saying online.
And Belly knows how much this stuff affects me. I've had to really work at this because, Belly, tell him. I mean, like...
When we first started, he would get down if he would go to the live stream and see 1 view, 0 views.
Sure.
He would just totally lose it. And then, even then, if someone messaged in and said, this is trash, or this is garbage, or you were terrible...
Stop talking! Why are you always talking over the guest? Stepping on this and blah, blah, blah.
He really knocked him down.
1 thumbs down, and I would be like, oh, what? Who didn't like this? That's ridiculous.
Dude, we got a 4-star review on Yelp 2 days ago, and it ruined my day. Luckily, they took it down because it was the guy's first review. So they usually just take down your first review or whatever.
Oh wow!
And so I was like, whatevs. But yeah, I mean, we're 5 stars. We're at 97 reviews, And if honestly, we're at a point where if anyone gives us less than a 5-star review, we get pissed.
Yeah, I would. I'm the same way in my wedding business. I don't have a bad review. I mean, I don't have anything underneath a 5-star, and I win all the awards. I mean, look, you see it right here. Best of the wedding, best of not.coms. Best of the not.coms.
Well, this could be used in another example last night. This happens to professional athletes and movie stars all last night.
And I can't even imagine. Go ahead.
So Tom Wilson last night had a huge hit
awesome.
on one of the Penguins players.
Wilson?
Capitals players.
He's a Capitals player.
He led with his shoulder, and his shoulder went into dude's jaw, and dude's jaw looked like Mike Tyson on Punch-Out.
That jaw's now broken. That jaw's now broken for real.
You know, like in Mike Tyson's Punch-Out when he would hit him, and then it was like, poof, and then all the spit would go. It was just like, that's what it looked like. What did you say? His jaw's broken?
His jaw is actually broken.
We said that watching it. This dude's jaw's broken.
Yeah. So last night, of course, you go on Twitter, you just search Tom Wilson's name, and 99% of what's going on is Penguins fans basically telling Tom Wilson they're going to kill him.
Wow.
I mean, and that's. Can you imagine? I mean, you're talking about, like, I actually called my parents, and I was like, well, we had our first hate texts on Mom, so sorry, Mom. You got ripped a new one on this one, and I'm reading her the text.
Apparently, on a one wheel.
It's just unrealistic. I mean, Auntie Lynn doesn't even know how to ride a one wheel. I mean, let alone be doing these unsavory acts that this guy is describing. Give me a freaking break.
So man, if you're a negative commenter, a negative poster, like, do you feel better about yourself afterwards? Like, I know I don't. Like, when I yell at somebody and I'm really mad in my immature days, I have an Italian fire in me that if I don't control it, I can breathe fire like a dragon, man. And I have to really control it because I've lost friendships, I've lost relationships over my anger and my I can rage, dude. I can rage because I feel with the best of them. I feel the best things and I feel the worst things.
And I feel like you're passive aggressive, like me, where you let it slide, and it builds up, and then you just kind of explode instead of maybe like letting the person know, hey, this bothers me. You let them know when you've already you're about to explode.
I've gotten way better at doing that, but you're right. I will keep it in, try to be a people pleaser as much as I can until it's to the point where same thing happened with our friend that does the violin. That's exactly what happened. That's an inside joke with me and Belly, but I got into a really big fight with a friend of mine over what I thought was nothing because I was just so mad that I held it in, and then when I said it, it all came out like, bah! Right. You know, and I feel like anybody who's just like spewing this diatribe on the internet, I don't feel better when I do that to somebody in my life. Do you feel better about saying all these things about my mother you've never met? Like, dude.
But in all honesty, if the guy you were yelling at played the violin, he probably deserved it because he was a loser. So it's fine. You're fine. You get a hall pass.
Cold-blooded.
All right. I want to take a break. So, Belly, why don't you take us out? And then let's talk. What do you got? I have so much to do. I want to talk about how movies are going to be gone in 30 years. And I really have to get to the autism colors with white lighters. So let's do that next.
And I mean, I've got something, too. At some point, if we're going to just take a whole segment on one wheel, then I get some time, too, at some point.
Boom.
GD right. You know what? When you guys get back, it's time for your boy.
Uh-oh.
It's Matty Potts.
We'll do that all next. Stay right there, folks. Don't you go anywhere. Don't you talk about my mom. We'll be back after this. It's Lucdogg in the morning.
At LITMradio.com.
Marinate Restaurant puts a unique twist on fast casual dining by starting with only the freshest ingredients to slow-cook delicious melodies of tastes and colors that are sure to delight your senses. Whether you're craving the Chipotle pulled pork sliders, honey basil chicken tacos, or the infamous kitchen sink wrap, Marinate has something for everybody with tons of vegetarian options too. It's the perfect choice of catering for your offices or events with fast and friendly service from a brand new store on Melrose and Wester. Stop by today or you can order online at marinateyourlife.com.
Yay for Taco Tuesday! Don't forget, buy one, get one free. All damn day!
Tacos, wraps, sliders, and sides. Slow cooked to perfection at Marinate Restaurant. marinateyourlife.com.
What's up, y'all? It's Maddie Mads here. This show is sponsored by TTR Studios. Whether it's weddings, parties, karaoke, audio, video production, and all your entertainment needs, call TTR Studios, LLC at 703-850-2223 or check them out at ttrevents.com. Start the show, Luch.
Ooh, welcome back, folks. Good choice, Belly. All right, we've got to get to Matty Potts in the Santa Monica newsroom. Things are happening today. The social media lounge is freaking out a little bit, saying we are shot out of a cannon. That is correct. That is correct.
When are we not shot out of a cannon? I'm fairly certain we invented getting shot out of the cannon at this point.
In fact, I'd like
they ain't heard nothing yet, I'll tell you that.
All right, well, so apparently Matty Potts has the announcement of a lifetime. Before we do that, I have to show Braxton Blue. Hello, sir. How are you?
Doing well. How are we?
We're great. And apparently Kermit the Frog has joined us in studio. Kermit, welcome.
Thank you, Adam. How are you today?
I'm great. Is it Kermit the Frog here?
Yep, this is Kermit the Frog here.
Pretty good.
Hi, everyone.
Did we get Miss Piggy along with you on the ride?
Oh, Adam, you know I came for you.
Why are you so mad, Miss Piggy?
Oh, I'm not mad today, Adam.
Not at all?
No, why would I be mad?
Because when you get mad, it sounds so great. What if I just pissed you off? What would you sound like?
Well, I'd just...
Hi-ya!
He had to get that in there.
I had to do it.
This just in from the Santa Monica newsroom. It's Matty Potts.
This is Matty Potts reporting live from the Santa Monica newsroom, apartment 426. So in today's news, only one story. Obviously I was married for almost 8 years. The last 4 years we had spent, some time trying to have a kid, really hardcore, probably like the last year and a half, it wasn't working. Ultimately, as most people know, we got a divorce, but I started dating and I met a girl online and, she went off the pill for some personal reasons, whatever. And, I convinced her that it would be fine and I couldn't get her, pregnant because I just spent the last 4 years not using protection and it was fine. She definitely was hesitant because that just sounds completely sketch and sounds like a guy that just wants to fuck without a condom. But it was true. We broke up, and then like 2 weeks later, I work at Academy nightclub, and I'm standing at the door. It's 1:30 in the morning, and I get a text from her, positive pregnancy test. That's one. Text 2, positive pregnancy test. Text 3, positive. She goes, I have 3 more tests to take, but I'm pretty sure that I'm pregnant, and I'm 100% sure that it's yours. And yeah, so
are you serious? Dude, I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah, touchdown. Congratulations, man.
Yeah. We're having a baby girl. That's pretty much all the details I'm allowed to give. But just for the record, I've known this for 2 months, and for the last month, if you see right here, this is the ultrasound I've had hanging over my head for probably a month, and no one has noticed.
It's hanging for the podcast
I just
listeners.
kept it there as a joke because I knew when I told you this story, I was going to be able to point to it. But it's been right in front of your face.
So when you moved to the fridge, I actually did notice it, but I was like, Potts has told this story before. I don't know what that is, but I mean,
it's literally over his shoulder it's hanging on his fridge
there.
as if it was a picture that his
been there the whole time.
Like it's as a picture that his newborn baby had drawn for him.
Boom, new co-host.
Oh my God! Wait. How do we do this on the air? Do I know which woman it is? Can I know which woman it is?
You know, but I'll tell you off the air just because I don't. I mean,
do the listeners know? Because you've talked so much about all your dates. Is there a show name that you've given her that we can all know who you're talking about?
No. She's super private. I don't want to honestly, I had to get a permission slip signed for her to even bring this up on air.
Oh,
so she was super cool to let me do it. So, and she's actually listening right now. So,
well, congrats to you, sir.
Thank you
awesome.
to you and her, and congratulations to her. Really, that's amazing, and you, of course. But thanks for letting our boy Matty Potts here talk about it. And
Matty Potts.
Wow. So, all right. I guess Brax, you look like you have questions. You haven't switched in a while. Brax, if you notice, the switching has stopped. It's okay because Brax is lost. What do you got for him?
I just got deep lost right there. Wow, my mind is blown, Matty.
That's the biggest announcement this show's ever had.
That's
I'm proud of you, man. That's dope.
Yeah, thanks.
Wow.
So I found out a couple months ago. Obviously I was in complete shock because I didn't even think it was possible. So it is a bit of a blessing. So far, all the tests are good. The baby's super happy, healthy. and I'm pumped. So yeah, that's that. And I even the sketchy thing is one of the big reasons I couldn't tell you is because I hadn't told the ex-wife yet. I was obviously super nervous as to like how she would react.
How did she react?
I told her, she wished me well. She was stoked. She actually laughed and said, "Glad it's not mine." So
do you think any part of her is
that was good, but also kind of like a kick in the balls at the same time. No big deal.
Do you think any part of her is actually frustrated though that you tried so much and then all of a sudden like it just happened with somebody else? Because that is the thing, that it takes two to make a baby, and I know a guy can really feel like, it's got to be me, or like let me take it this far. Special ed kid comes out, a special needs kid comes out, and it is very. I worked in that situation. I only know this because I've heard from parents that you go through. I've gone to classes about it. Those parents go through guilt and shame, and they feel like it was their fault and they did something wrong. And really, it takes two guys. Like it's a two-way street here.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you know, it was considered a very high risk pregnancy to begin with. So, I mean, it was shocking that she had gotten pregnant, you know, so quickly, even just in a normal situation. But I mean, you know, I was super pumped. And I mean, I think, you know, it'll probably like going back to my ex, I'm sure it'll sink in a little bit, and maybe there will be some, I don't know, drama. But she took it well initially, and I was, very happy to see that, and it was a big relief off a big stress.
TBA, we love you, and we're happy to even be talking about you. Brax, you got a question for Potts?
Yeah, Potts. So are you gonna stay together with this girl or what?
Yeah, so I mean that is a good question. We had kind of broken up, but we are kind of like dating again for sure. And I mean we had always gotten along. Like it didn't end badly, so it was kind of easy to just pick up where we left off. And I think we're both so pumped about the kid that I mean things have been great so far. And I just think we're just kind of if you don't put a label on it and we just have to keep the pressure off the relationship and keep the focus on the child, and things have been very chill so far. And I mean, I'm way into it. So
can I give you some advice?
Not going anywhere, please.
From a single guy with no kids.
Yeah. Right. Yes, please.
Please
First
enlighten
of all,
me.
Belly, while I'm doing this, will you pipe in some social media lounge? I'm sure they're going off right now.
Sure.
So what I would like to do is, I'd like to just tell you that I think the worst thing you can do is to try to speed the relationship up to be ready for a mother-father type of relationship by the time the kid gets here. I think the best thing that you can do is realize that if you really are going to do this and you're going to give it a shot, you're talking about, your life, or at least 18 years of having to be around this person and raise this child with this person. So I would say take your time really getting to know them, even if you're still dating by the time the kid comes out.
Yeah.
Really take it slow and just enjoy them, enjoy her.
I mean, I agree. And I mean, that's kind of how the attitude we're taking. And she's super cool. It's just, it's just like, it's just kind of working for now. And we're not really, I don't know, for me, I just take it one day at a time. And I don't think about the big picture too much because we're just kind of chilling and still getting to know each other a bit. But I mean, it's been, off and on for like 7 or 8 months now. So I mean, it's not like we're totally strangers, but I mean, I was married for almost 8 years and didn't have a kid with the person. So I mean, it's definitely.
Let's take a look into the social media lounge. What do they have for us?
From the social media lounge, it's just a lot of congrats for Potts. Yay, Potts. Congrats. Yay. Can't wait to be a crazy auntie from Miss Jessica Jones.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So it's big news. Everyone's very excited.
Is this how you're dropping it on your sister? Is this how she's finding out?
No, I was okay. So now like how you like to peel back the curtain.
Yeah.
So I was initially going to tell Auntie Maria, my mom, because we've had her on the show. I was going to tell her on the show.
That would have been amazing.
No, okay. So I baby mama right off the bat was like, "You're fucking crazy. Do not do that."
Matthew. Matthew.
And honestly, it kind of sunk in, and I didn't do it. And I don't want to get too much into it, but when I told my mom, it was definitely not like, if I would have told her on the air, it would have been a nightmare. It would have been really bad.
Can you play Auntie Maria real quick, and I'll be you? Ready? Let's just see how it would have gone.
No, we can't even. I'm telling you, it was like not the best
reaction. Wow.
It really wasn't a good reaction. And I think, and what's funny is I told.
You're going to be an 80-year-old father.
She's going to be a 75-year-old grandmother, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Wah, wah.
So and my ex was like, maybe she was just shocked because it was the finality of knowing that you and I were never going to get back together. And I was like, that actually makes sense. And then I was talking to baby mama, and she was like, of course she's going to be a little bit shocked. She's like, she has no idea who I am. She didn't think you could even have a kid, and now you're just dropping a bomb on her. You have to kind of give her a little bit of like wiggle room to let it settle in and come around to the idea. Because I thought she was going to be totally stoked, which she is now. But it was...
Potts, can you tell the folks here who I'm going here? I think you're okay with me asking this question. If you're not, you don't have to answer. But how old are you, and what kind of a lifestyle have you lived leading up to this that might not lend itself to having the best sperm count?
Yeah, I mean, I'm turned 40 this year. I've done a ton of drugs and drinking. Over the years, I was in nightclubs for a long time. Not to blame it on that, but it certainly didn't help. And yeah, so
weren't we making fun of you for having a low sperm count? Like that was a joke.
No, I mean not making fun. So I've taken semen analysis. Like I had a low sperm count, low quality. I mean, my boy Mike used to make fun of me all the time, and I actually feel bad because like with this pregnancy, I've taken away 90% of the material that he can use against me.
Right.
I mean, literally, that was his go-to. Be like, well, you can't get chicks pregnant. Like, whatever.
So you're saying you've never been a good swimmer?
Yeah, that's all.
I've not, yeah, and I mean, which is crazy because when I was a Boy Scout, I was actually a certified Boy Scout lifeguard of America, so I was a good swimmer. But
your boys weren't.
Yep.
All right, well that makes sense. Well, congratulations. I'm actually a little bit worried. Is anybody else here listening and watching?
One Michael Phelps sperm just made it the whole way, all the way.
Before they're taking a Michael Phelps bong rip. Look,
it's California. What can you say?
I'm curious, though, what is going to happen to this show now? Because I'm sitting here as the showrunner saying, we're pretty much three single dudes. Talking about our dating lifestyle. But, man, I couldn't be more happy for you.
That's awesome.
And I'm just so pumped. I don't care where the show goes with that being the rudder. So that's great.
Well, having stories from a parent that knows absolutely nothing about parenting could be potentially interesting. So I guess we'll see. Because literally, we're signing up for birthing classes and stuff. Like I have no idea what I'm doing.
Maddie Potts and Lamar's class. Oh my God, I'm gonna make a scene just like the. Can you show them the?
Does Potts get paternal leave from the show? Do we give that here? So from the social media.
I'm just gonna hold the kid like right here. I'm gonna be like feeding the kid while on air.
Brax, actually, take us to the clouds if you can. I want to go up in the sky. I want to show you guys the things that I've been making for this show. I've just been making little templates and little like layers that we can kind of have fun with now that we have a full-on TV producer from New York. By the way, Skater D hit me up on Instagram after last show and said, "Yo, dude, what up? I heard you got a TV producer in from New York. We got to start collaborating on some stuff. Let me help out. I got you.
Skater D is the man.
Skater D is the man. We'll have him back on soon. He's got a new song he's dropping, and we will play it on our air.
I got another thing from a social media lounge. You're 40? I wouldn't have thought you were older than 33.
How about that?
Congrats, Potts.
What's up? That's the emo. That's the emo swoop. Yeah. But no, what I wanted to say is that I'm going to make a new little background with like the maternity ward, and we'll put Potts' face in there whenever he's talking. We can kind of have him we can make all kinds of jokes about it. But
big news. That's awesome.
That is big news, dude. Now I got to do something short to get us to break. Belly was talking the other day about taking a date to a bar that, like, because Belly likes the same bar. Belly likes, like, 3 bars. He works in a town center with, like, 5 bars total.
Well, I go to the bars where the bartenders are nicest to me.
He goes to the bars where the bartenders are nicest, and also they're pretty cute.
Usually they're pretty cute.
So how many are you, like, what are you 2, 3 that you make, like, your main shots?
So I actually only regular one bar with regular female bartenders now.
Even better. So only one bar you go to.
Yeah.
Now.
I was called a super regular the other day. They took care of my tab, and they were like, "You're like a super regular here, so we're going to take care of your tab." Appreciate that to the manager, Jason, I think his name was. Took care of my tab.
And that's great. But my question is, how do you take a date to that bar where you feel comfortable and everybody knows your name?
You don't.
And then 2 months later, you want to take a different date. How do you do that?
So, okay, so you can take, you can have go-to, like, whatever date spots that you take dates, but it cannot be the same place that you go, like your local, whatever, neighborhood bar. You have to keep them separate. It's like worlds colliding.
Exactly. So as a bartender, I see this all the time. I see people the only time I ever see some certain people are when they're on dates. It's okay. I don't see them coming in by themselves ever.
That's
They're
their
gonna come
dating
in,
spot.
and that's their date spot.
But you're basically saying don't shit where you eat. Don't bring dates to your watering hole. Is what you're saying?
Because they will.
Do they
tell all
judge
the
you? Is my
stories.
question. What I'm driving at is, do you think that the bartenders at the watering hole would judge you for bringing? They see you with girl A, and then a month later they see you back here with girl B. Maybe
and then a week later,
2 weeks
girl
later,
C.
girl C. Like, they know who you are. They're not stupid, right? I'm not stupid that the bartenders recognize that, right?
If you come enough, the bartender will recognize you. They will know when your date's going well, and they will know when your date's going poorly. They will know everything about it. So you should avoid at all costs.
But not only that, your chances of like fucking one of the bartenders that work there probably goes way down.
But would you at your watering hole?
Unless you're bringing in streams of hot girls, then you'll probably pique their curiosity as to like how you're getting so much game.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And it could help.
That's a good point. But would you? Isn't that the same thing? Don't shit where you eat. Like, would you hook up with a really like smoking hot bartender at your watering hole? Because then you're just talking about that social nightmare. If it goes wrong, you can't go to that place anymore.
I mean, that's a chance I would definitely take.
Would you? Would you date a bartender at your number one go-to place? Social media lounge. Fire away. I want to know that answer. Would you date a bartender at a place where you're a regular?
Yes. I mean,
Brax?
if it goes south, there are a lot of bars in the world.
That's true. Brax, what about you?
Done it.
Done it.
Right.
Can we get a story? I got 2 minutes.
We'll save it for another time.
Okay, that's good. All right. He's got work to do anyway. Very good. But that's, I guess, I took, there's a place that I go to, Red Rocks. It's like a tequila bar, and it's great. And I love this place. But there is a smoke show of a blonde behind the bar. Whoa, she is really cute.
Really? Got to go with you one of these times.
I will go after this show. I will one wheel over there and start taking shots. However,
it's a nice day out.
I actually hooked up with a girl because we were commenting on the blonde smoke show together.
Okay, yeah.
Okay? And then that turned into, like, that kind of charged the conversation into a little bit of sexuality. Within an hour, we were back in my place. Okay?
Whoa,
so you're
nice
saying
transition.
the hot bartender can get you banged, too.
Yeah, we were talking about, oh, my God, look at that is unbelievable. Like she said, look at her butt. That is unbelievable. I've never seen an ass like that. And I said, yeah.
But have you been and seen her since?
Then I went in with another girl.
Oh, man.
And I noticed that bartender kind of wasn't as, like, coming over as much. And I was like, man, she probably remembers me. And I wonder if she thinks I'm just some dude who just, like, brings random girls to this tequila bar just to get them hammered and take them home. I don't like it.
That's Luch's reputation
my
at
game?
the tequila bar.
Just take them to a tequila bar where every shot is $12 and you can just, get hammered
Only
and go
Patron.
home. No, dude, they have 100 tequilas on tap.
And you know what?
Why would you have Patron?
Exactly.
They have tequila on tap.
Not on tap. Sorry.
I would appreciate it if this tequila bar didn't even carry Patron. They carried every other tequila except
They
Patron.
shouldn't. In my opinion, a real tequila bar would not carry Patron for sure.
I go to a place that does not carry Patron, and it's a Mexican style place where they do not carry it because it's garbage.
They've got Hornitos. They've got all kinds of stuff. They've got really cool bottles, which I know people just choose something because the bottle looks cool, which is the dumbest reason to pick something. But we got to go to break, so I just wanted to bring that up. Probably don't bring multiple dates to your typical water hole because I don't think that's going to end up well for you.
No, does not.
This is a little piece of advice for you guys bright and early as I'm doling out advice for everyone today that I'm not qualified to give. That's all good. We'll do it all here on Lucdogg in the morning. When we get back, I've got to tell you about autism colors and white lighters because today is all about mindsets. It's your perspective, folks, that drives the train of your life. So why not have a happy conductor instead of a nightmare going on his way to hell? We'll be right back. It's Lucdogg in the morning.
At LITMradio.com.
Marinate Restaurant puts a unique twist on fast casual dining by starting with only the freshest ingredients to slow cook delicious melodies of taste and colors that are sure to delight your senses. Whether you're craving the Chipotle pulled pork sliders, honey basil chicken tacos, or the infamous kitchen sink wrap, Marinate has something for everybody with tons of vegetarian options too. It's the perfect choice of catering for your offices or events with fast and friendly service from a brand new store on Melrose and Wester. Stop by today or you can order online at marinateyourlife.com.
Yay for Taco Tuesday! Don't forget, buy one, get one free. All damn day.
sliders, and sides. Slow cooked to perfection at Marinate Restaurant. MarinateYourLife.com.
You guys are so hot right now.
Lucdogg in the morning.
I would say it, but Mr. Potts is not there right now. Yeah. So, Potts, who's the smoking hot babe hanging out over your shoulder there? You have him muted still.
Wrong shoulder. Other shoulder.
Oh.
All right, that joke bombed because we're obviously a radio and TV show. But yes, we were talking about the baby over his shoulder on his
From the big
refrigerator.
announcement from Potts.
Man, that's
last
awesome,
segment.
dude. That really is cool. All right.
Hey, yo, can I get her number?
Let's do this. I got to clear this off my list. I've been dying to talk about this with you guys. Autism.
He's been dying.
Car colors and white lighters. So, today has been all about perspective. Thank you for watching on the Social Media Lounge. TTR Studios is where you go on YouTube if you'd like to subscribe and then just join us on the chat. But you have to subscribe first. No joining the Social Media Lounge if you haven't subscribed to the channel. And if you want to listen to the podcast, you're more of a audio person. You like to have us in your ears instead of through your eyes. That's fine. We do that too. We're also on Google Play, Apple Music, Spotify. It's everywhere. So just search for it wherever you get your podcasts, and you'll find us. Lucdogg in the morning, Lucdogg. Now,
we actually, well, so when you sign up, you get a VIP wristband for the Social Media
Correct.
Lounge. They won't even get past Bruno if they don't have it.
and
so-
Bruno's been working out. He looks swole right now.
Right. And what they don't, I mean, it's just like Coachella. Like there's a Social Media Lounge, but then there's like a media lounge within the lounge, like the VIP lounge.
Sure,
so, I mean,
sure.
there's like 3 total wristbands to get all the way to where, we have marinade and stuff and the free champagne.
And that's where One Woman, One Wheel, Jessica Jones, and Copy.
Right.
Are.
There's
the three.
basically 2 chicks in the VIP room right now.
Well, they're the main contributors, and then of course we've got more trickling in through every day, and of course, actually, I think Mark Hanna's back there too. So shout out to him. All right, how many of you can Potts? Brax, take me into the weed. Take me into the weed. How many of you have heard? Potts, would you use a white lighter to smoke weed?
Yeah.
Brax, pick up the microphone. Why'd you just freak out?
No.
Why not? Why would you not use a white lighter?
I personally had an experience with this.
Tell me about it.
Ooh.
One of the only times, not the only time I smoked with a white lighter, but I was taking GBs with a white lighter, went out to lunch with my friend, lost my wallet.
Really? And tell the people what we're talking about with the white lighter theory.
So it was said, I think it was Kurt Cobain, Jimi Hendrix, and someone else all died with a white lighter in their pocket at age 27 or something like that.
Mm-hmm. The 27 Club. That's the right age.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I have to worry about that.
Yep.
Gone for over a decade.
I've passed 27. I can use white lighters all as much as I want. I actually used to only carry white lighters exclusively.
Well, I can tell you that Belly couldn't care less. I know he doesn't care about white lighters because I see them everywhere, but I remember from college. Honestly, I'm really glad that you told that story, Brax, because I didn't know the origin of that. I had just always heard white lighters are bad luck, right?
I've never heard anything about that. I've
Really?
never cared about the color of my lighter. I mean, the fact that I have a working lighter for me is a score at any given moment. So I'm just happy about that.
Do you take the little childproof thing off with the key?
Most of the time.
Oh, it's so much better when you do that.
I used to.
Yeah.
I haven't done that.
You all know what I'm
in
talking
a while,
about.
But yeah, I did used to.
All right. Here's the question I wanted to pose to you guys because I know, like Brax, I wish we had a camera on him.
Can I tell you why?
He freaked the
I always
fuck out when I
carried
said white lighter. He was like, no!
Can you tell you why I always carried one? And
A
why I
white
always
lighter
have
or a
them?
lighter?
A white lighter.
All right, why?
Because no one ever steals a white lighter.
There you go, because people are like, people will not touch a white lighter with the 10-foot pole.
I've lost too many
never
awesome
heard
freaking lighters.
Social Media
I've
Lounge.
never
Have you
heard
heard
anyone
this?
say that.
Has the Social Media Lounge heard of this? Because I know I'm not alone on this. This is kind of a thing that I was like all throughout college.
Miss Jessica Jones agrees with me. Love white lighters. No one wants to steal them.
There you go. Okay, so okay. Now this is actually a perfect preface to what I want to talk about. Braxton Blue and Belly are on complete opposite spectrum. on complete opposite sides of the spectrum here. Okay, because Braxton will take a white lighter, see it, and go into a different room. Nope, I'm good. No thanks. It'll affect his actions, right? And I'm the same way. Belly will pick up that white lighter and say, "Sweet, I got a lighter."
I do
no such thing. I do no such thing. You kidding me?
I'm sorry. Okay, Potts will do that in California. Potts would do that.
Yeah.
White lighter.
mean, I wonder how many white lighters I've found because someone's left them there intentionally, and I'm like, oh, sweet. I mean, I'll take it every time. I never even once thought about it.
It's probably like me or Brax, who just like saw it in my pocket and was like, get the hell out of here. So this is why I'm bringing it up, because that I think we can all agree on, superstition and just like allowing things like superstition to actually affect your judgment, right? Like yesterday we were watching the Caps game and we're knocking on wood after saying things and all kinds of stuff like that, right? Do you think that's stupid, Potts? Or do you think that that's normal? The superstitions?
It's really stupid until you start like saying stuff like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so glad okay, so now I'm turning into Daddy Pot." You are now seeing the full transition happen right in front of your eyes.
Daddy Pot.
When you say, "Oh my gosh," you get a test result back, and you're like, "Oh, the baby is healthy and happy," and then you immediately knock on wood because you're like, "Oh my God, God forbid something happens." You just freak out and like you start to become real superstitious,
right.
And it's like, and it's not like I don't consider myself superstitious, but I want all the good juju on my side, and if that means I just need to knock on wood just to give someone peace of mind, I'm gonna do it because I care about like the well-being.
And that might not be for that might you can't prove that it makes any difference. Just like the white lighter, we can't prove that it's bad luck. But for whatever reason, you want to put yourself in the best mindset to have the best juju around whatever it is that you're doing.
A black cat lives at my parents' house.
Could you care less?
Nope, I don't care at all.
So you don't have any kind of thing about this. Now, I want to know how you both, all three of you actually, respond to this. That I wish I remember the name of the book. I will find that for you, and I will have that for next show. But I remember reading a book that my dad got me back when I was teaching special ed, and it was about a kid with autism. And it was really good, but I remember that it drove me crazy. One of the things that I found really fascinating, and I had not made the connection with the white lighters and superstition yet, I just thought that this was nuts. It's like, wow, this is what an autistic mindset, a kid with autism's brain would think. If he was on his way to the school on the school bus and he saw a brown car, that meant today was going to be a good day. And if he saw a yellow car on the way to school, I guess first, then that was going to be a bad day.
Why is the good car the brown car?
Right? Well, forget the colors. Don't get yourself derailed on the colors.
It's going to be a shit day. I just saw that brown car.
Right, but if you don't derail on the colors, I thought, what the fuck kind of mindset is that? I mean, obviously, I don't think they can control it, but can you imagine just seeing something on your way to school and then having that dictate whether or not you're going to have a good or bad day? And then I finally realized, how is that any different than picking up a lighter and thinking, nope, I'm fucked, nope. Like, there's no difference there. Am I wrong? I think that's the exact same thing.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm no doctor, but I think, like autism is like extreme versions of like kind of what you're saying. It's just taking those little social bits that people experience and amplifying it and turning it into a socially awkward situation, as opposed to like someone that maybe your superstition about white lighters might not be the most normal thing, so you're just going to leave it without announcing, hey, I'm leaving this lighter here because I don't want people to think I'm crazy, but you do it because you just want to make sure that, like, if it is true, you're not carrying that bad juju with you. So, I mean, I get it.
And there's two things.
And I guess autism is the disability to not be able to separate that reality.
Right, to kind of rationalize it. Yes, that is true. And I wanted to put it out there that you guys listening right now, and unless you have autism, you do have that ability. So I want to hopefully say something that'll help you out here today. If something bugs you, if something happens that puts you in a bad mindset, somebody hands you a white lighter, the equivalent of that. Maybe something happens that you're like, oh, today's going to suck. You wake up and you see the rain and you're like, well, today's going to suck. That's all on you, man. Like, that is 100%.
But don't we all do that? Like,
yes, and I'm trying to tell you.
Stub your toe. And you're like, oh, fuck, today's going to suck.
I don't. And I'm trying to tell you guys that because I'm trying to tell you that book and this connection between white lighters made me realize I control my own perspective. And just because it's raining outside doesn't mean that it has to be a shitty day. You know what? That's a great excuse to catch up on some old Lucdogg in the mornings. That's a great excuse to go Netflix and chill. It's a great excuse to rest my legs because I've been one-wheeling for a week straight. It's all on you guys to decide what you're going to allow your day to be affected by.
I'm going to throw some stuff out there. You tell me if it's bad luck or good luck. How about that?
I like it. Let's do it.
Opening an umbrella inside.
Oh, you don't do that? No.
Walking under an umbrella. What do you think about the
walking
under a
ladder?
Yeah, I mean, I don't do it unless I have to.
Do you do that?
I don't know if I've ever been put in the scenario to walk under a ladder.
Right?
It just sounds inconvenient to walk under the ladder.
And you're putting yourself in harm's way if something were to fall. I think that's where it all started with. What else you got?
We breaking a mirror.
Ooh, 7 years bad luck.
7 years?
Yeah,
Get out of here. I ain't worried about it.
I mean, I've done that.
Smash all the mirrors
I've
I want.
Done that.
How about if you knock over salt on the table, are you throwing the salt over your shoulder?
No.
No, you know why? Because you're throwing that salt on someone else, and you can't be that salty. That's ridiculous. When you're in a restaurant, you're going to be sitting in booths. That means someone's likely going to be sitting behind you. If you throw that salt over your shoulder, you're throwing that salt on someone else. That's bad. That's where it gets bad luck.
I actually did that a couple of days ago.
You threw salt and you threw it onto someone else?
Yeah. Well, no, there was a wall behind me.
Now, it's funny because we got somebody in the social media lounge who's like freaking out right now, not in a good way. I mean, he's like losing his mind saying, you guys, that's the most ridiculous theory. Your actions are affected because of your thoughts. Mind over matter, dudes. I've opened so many umbrellas inside, walked under tons of ladders, broken mirrors, used white lighters, and I'm married to the most amazing woman on the planet. Now, that's very sweet. And I think that's probably more of a belly mindset where it's like,
I mean, it's true.
I'm not going to let stuff affect me. But there are other people out there who will wear their socks to baseball without washing them for 14 games straight because we won every single game in that 14-win streak.
You did that.
I did that.
You did that.
Those socks grew mold by the time I had to wash them.
God.
That's so nasty.
It was amazing. I was known as the locker with the socks, but they didn't let me.
No, you were known as the stinky kid.
Nobody
That's
would
another term for it.
Nobody would let me wash them, though, because we were winning. You see what I'm saying? People do this.
Oh, no, I'll let you wash them as much as you want, please.
Copy's right, though. Be superstitious. That's fine. Put yourself in the best mindset to have the best outcome. But it is mind over matter. And if you're going to let something like a little bit of rain in the morning affect your day, that's on you. And I'm challenging you to not let that happen. It might not just be rain. Maybe somebody just reams you out in the beginning of the day. Maybe somebody texts you that your mom is being fucked by some guy on a one-wheel. You know? I mean, for extra thrust.
Must have used a white lighter
That's not that. Believe me, this practice is how I've gotten to be not mad at that kind of stuff because I'm not letting that into my world. That's not getting in my purview. That's not going to affect my day.
Do you let it positive things like finding a penny? If you find a penny on the ground, do you think it's good luck?
Yeah.
Only if it's heads up, though, right?
Only heads up. I don't touch it if it's tails.
Well, so I actually, when I have loose change in my pocket, which I do all the time because I'm a bartender, I will, on purpose, drop pennies in places likely to be found so I know someone thinks they'll have good luck that day.
See, look at that. Look at that.
Oh, it's kind of like paying it forward.
Yeah, I'm leaving luck all over this world. I want everyone to have good luck. So when I have extra loose change and I've got pennies in the pocket, I'm just going to drop those pennies on the ground. Litter them throughout the world so that when people find them, I will give you that good luck and you're welcome.
And so somebody writes in, but to prove your theory wrong, just wash your socks and see if you win. Yes, I can't go back to high school to try that. I would try that and see, but I think that's why athletes
he still hasn't washed his socks.
No. But that's why I think athletes are superstitious because whether it works or not, it's putting them in the best mindset, the most comfortable mindset to perform. And that I do understand. I think the same thing with Potts is a new dad. Daddy Potts is what we're going to start calling him.
1D, though.
1D, D-A-D-Y Potts.
D-A-D-Y.
Can't have two Ds if you can't have two Ts.
I'm so happy for you, man. And if anybody is wondering what I'm talking about, texting in, I got some people in the social media lounge. Extra thrust, what are you talking about? Go listen to the beginning of the show. I had somebody text in and just ream me out for our one-wheel show yesterday.
I have another weird one that I always thought was really weird.
What's that?
Lucky rabbit's foot. What's the deal with the lucky rabbit's foot?
It has to be chopped off at a certain angle by a cross-eyed man for it to be lucky. Look it up.
What?
Look it up.
See, this is the point. Why are we chopping off rabbit's feet just for good luck?
And
what
it has
the
to
hell
be
is the point of that?
At a certain angle by a cross-eyed man. That's what it says.
I used to have a rabbit's foot keychain. I mean, think about kind of how barbaric that is.
That's
I was
ridiculous.
like a kid walking around with a friggin' rabbit's foot keychain.
And they got to be all fake.
They
100%.
No,
have to be.
They did this on the Levitard show, and they actually looked into what is the industry booming or is it dying? And I mean, people are even writing in, why would that be lucky to kill an animal? Most of them are fake rabbit's feet, but they started out with real rabbit's feet that had to be cut off. That's the only reason I know this. They had to be cut in a certain angle by a guy who's cross-eyed. That's the lore. It's like, where does this shit come from?
What about superstitious numbers like 13, 666?
I can tell you right now that if you want to get married on a Friday the 13th, you'll get a discount.
Yeah, because people don't want
Most
to do
venues will offer a discount on Friday the 13th.
Yeah,
that's so crazy.
Yeah, because nobody wants to do
crazy.
it. I mean,
well, I think the thing with numbers goes, a lot of it is from like Asian culture, which dates back, thousands and thousands of years. So there is a big history with numbers because that's kind of like the first form of like communication and that's going back thousands of years.
I know the number 8 is very lucky
That's
in
my
Chinese
number.
culture.
That's my number, baby, all day growing up. Super 8, just like Ovi. But
Mine too.
The social media launch is going off right now. It's really funny to see that some people haven't heard of these things. Like people are just saying, why would a severed animal's foot be lucky? Hey, I didn't make it up. I'm not cutting off feet over here. This is something that happened. This is something we used to do as a society.
Right. And without even question, like I did it and never even questioned why I had this rabbit's foot for good luck. That's just how you were brought up.
Right.
So much stuff is just embedded in you as you're growing up, and you don't even really know why.
We gotta get out of here. I've had so much fun today. This show has flown by. Braxton Blue, thanks, dude. You've done wonderful. You want to say goodbye to the people? You were awesome, man.
Take it easy. We'll be back on Friday.
Back on Friday, better than ever. Daddy Potts from the Santa Monica maternity ward. Take us out, man.
That's all I got. Thanks for tuning in. See you guys in a couple days, and you can kindly go fuck yourself.
Congratulations to him and his new lady friend and the new baby on the way. That is unbelievable. We're really excited for you, man. Does that mean I get to be an uncle now? Holy crap. I'm an uncle?
No.
Yes.
No.
Great cousin, uncle, whatever. Belly, get us out of here.
Those roles are reserved for direct
brothers
and sisters. But cousin Uncle Luch will be fine, just fine. Don't forget, folks, if you haven't before, like and subscribe us on Facebook. And on YouTube. We need all those likes and subscribes. We love you. Review us. Thank you.
Love it. Belly Matt LaBelle making things happen for everybody here at TTR Studios. Braxton Blue, Daddy Potts, and Belly Matt LaBelle. It's your boy Lucdogg hanging out with you guys. We'll see you on Friday, of course, 10 a.m. And thank you to everybody in the social media lounge. We just love you guys. You tickle us every single time. So thanks, guys. Have a great day. We'll see you guys Friday, 10 a.m. It's Lucdogg in the morning.
At LITMradio.com.